Okay, let's see if we can adapt our processes for the other trig functions. Okay, so let's hit tangent. So the period pi over 2 pi, which is equal to a half. The phase shift, if you set that equal to 0 and solve for x, the phase comes out to equal -2. Okay, so everything is shifting over to the left. And our phase is a lot bigger than the period, so the entire thing is going to be contained over here. So there's -2. So this is going to be the x-intercept of tangent. So we have a vertical asymptote on either side. So do you remember what we did before with tangent? We took the period, cut it in half or divided it by 2, and that tells you how far to go on either side of the intercept. So if you added a fourth and subtracted a fourth, the vertical asymptotes would be at -7/4 and -9/4. All right. For cotangent, pi divided by pi over 8 gives us 8. And the phase, set this equal to 0, solve for x, and it comes out as a +2. So your vertical asymptote at 0 gets shifted over to the right by 2. And then add the period to it. So 2 plus 8 gives you 10. And then your cotangent curve sits right in between them. So what's in between 2 and 10? 6. All right, so tangent and cotangent, not too bad. See how it is for secant and cosecant. The period, 2 pi over pi over 6. So that's going to equal 12. And the phase, for the angle equal to 0, x is going to equal 3. All right, so secant, remember we have half of a parabola and then a full one, and then half a parabola. Okay, so we started at 3, add the period to it, and that would be 15. The middle between 3 and 15 is 9. So then the asymptotes are in between 3 and 9, which is 6. And then between 9 and 15, that would be 12. And then it's staying out of the region between -8 and 8. All right, last one for this section and for the chapter. All right, our period, 2 pi over pi, which is 2. The phase, set this equal to 0, solve for x. It comes out as a -3. So everything got shifted over to the left again. And the phase is bigger than the period, so the entire curve is going to be on this side. So cosecant, it's a vertical asymptote, is normally at 0. That's why I got shoved all the way over at -3. And then you add a full parabola an asymptote, another full parabola, and a final asymptote. So -3 plus 2, that period, that gives you -1. And what's in between -3 and -1? That would be -2. And then we're saying out of the region between -7 and 7. Okay. So there you go. That's how the phase shifts are going to work. If you can do graphs like these, then you can do any sort of graph I would ever give you on an exam or on a quiz. They're not going to be any more difficult than this stuff right here. They can be easier, but they're not going to be harder than this. So go ahead and try the homework. Have some fun with it. Don't be intimidated by them. You guys can do this. You've done them before. So just give them a shot and email me if you have any questions.